to give it a moment. Okay. Back at it again. The relentlessness. So we're just gonna keep at this for a couple of hours. Oh, well. Depending on the configuration that I get, I'm gonna have to restart my game already. Depending on the configuration I get. Got you right there. Okay, so I got a Charmander in the corner. Worst case scenario, I get Lucario right there, okay. I just back up there. I can probably get Charmander right here and not have to worry about the Lucario. Yeah, this is a pretty easy way to hunt it without stressing out. Gotta back up a little more though. There we go. Maybe we'll get a Shalpha out of this. Like I said, it always depends on your configuration. And that's a regular Charmander. This is pretty much the method, the go-to. I already have a couple of shiny Charmanders, so if I see another regular one, I am going to actually restart the game. Because you can't re-roll for a Shalpha that way. They save the shinies, so the choice is to either catch it, and reconfigure everything, or die a little on the inside. And I don't want to die on the inside. So basically what we're doing, chat, we are isolation hunting Charmander right now. An isolation method made by Papa Jefe. His method is a little more straightforward and streamlined. I was just using it earlier. But for my night cycle, this is what I do, so I can make it last just a little longer and get more hits. Now, it always depends on if the Charmander is on the outside outlier, like right over there. You see that, where he's right by the gate? This will help me determine whether or not if he is there, then this is the method that you're going to want to go with. And it doesn't despawn the Lucario either, so it actually makes it a pretty solid isolation hunt. But if you have him in that corner over there, you do have a chance of despawning the Lucario. So, or if it's just, if you're, see what's really cool is if you get another configuration with Tepig and Charmander, you can actually isolation hunt both of those two Pokemon. Their spots will be interchangeable, but you'll always be able to look side to side on whether or not if the Pokemon has changed. So the isolation method and how this works is no different, but all you gotta do is keep an eye on if your Pokemon is a Shalpha or not. So currently what we have going on here, chat room, is a fun isolation hunt, and if we play our cards correctly, we should get a Shalpha eventually. But as of right now, not gonna happen, you know what I mean? Alright, so Charmander is not cooperating. He's probably gonna swap Lucario right there, yep. And you know what that means? We have to back it up a little bit. Go over here. Let's see what we got over here. Charmander is in this corner. So now we're gonna double ISO hunt. And depending on what we get. If I get a Shalpha Lucario, I'm resetting the game. But that's just the name of the game. That's the name of the theory. The game theory. Anyway, how's everybody doing today, chat room? Okay, good. We have our isolation back. Kind of. Is it back to Lucario on that side? It is. Fuck. I really wish I didn't have this fat-ass Hippowdon in my way. So that way I could actually see what's going on. But I cannot kill. Let me see what you got here. Okay, we still have Lucario in that corner over there. Making this isolation hunt a little harder. There we go. Back it up. Just enough. And then we get back on our method again. That's the thing, is that it's faulty. And I messed it up again. It's okay. We're just now double hunting for Lucario and Charmander. If I get a shiny Lucario, I'm going to put a chocolate gun in my mouth and pull the trigger for some chocolate syrup. There we go. That despawn him? Nope. Jog upwards. Back a little. Run back. Jog back. Jog forward. Up. That could have messed that up. Don't ever do that. There we go. We got our isolation method, chat. It's not foolproof, but it works. If you want to be lazy and you don't always want to reset every single time. Did that despawn him? It did. Okay, good. So why this method works is because there is a radius, and you'll see that I have that pointed out on my map right here. There is a radius in which these Pokemon spawn and despawn. You respawn them in, and then you despawn them. It is actually, just like I said, called the isolation method. And it gives you the raw opportunity to just run back and forth, respawn and despawn every single Charmander here. Well, this isolation hunt quite literally makes them spawn and despawn one at a time. So it actually makes it very easy to isolation hunt these guys. It's a really it's fun, but like at the same time it can be very, very tedious. And I'm at that point where I've been doing this for like 2, almost 3 days now. It's hit a high level of tedium, but it's not gotten to the point where I want to throw my controller through a desk yet. There we go. And you can always reset the situation. As long as you do not muck it up. But we are playing some Legend ZA still. This is me just getting some of my streams in. I have not been streaming lately, and I haven't been streaming Tekken either. Reason being is I am playing this game, and I have also a lot of exclusive content coming soon. So any of the Tekken crew that actually wants to watch some of the stuff that I'm putting out, yeah, dude, it's gonna be out soon. Just gotta be a little patient with me, that's all. Alright, we have no good configuration here, so we're gonna close the game and reopen it and go back to our previous isolation method. But that's the thing. We get an extra long hunt if we get a Charmander in the corner over there. It actually helps, because if you do the day and night cycle, and the day and night cycle keeps giving you good configurations, you can hunt Charmander for as long as the game will let you. See, right here is my current isolation method at the start. So this is where everything is isolated and away from Charmander, which will help us better focus on just getting the Mander. And these are our despawn points. I have moved everything everything off to the right. As you can see, there's a Tepig and a Hippowdon sitting right there. So they are clear of any obstacle. But the whole point is to focus on Charmander here. As you'll see, it doesn't look like Charmander's changing every time, but I assure you, we will eventually get like a shiny or an alpha that will pop up on stream. If I get a shiny alpha, that would be great, because then I can end stream like abruptly, but I'm not no Papa Hefe where I'll do like five or six runs back and forth and I get the Shalpha, you know what I mean? It ain't that, we're not that fortunate. But what we are is persistent. And as you know, persistence wears down resistance. Can't break them all, just like in Tekken 8. You know what I mean? Nobody can break every single giant swing. Nobody's perfect. So, yes, this is where we're at. We're at this point right now where we're treading on the bowls of insanity just a little bit. We've been doing this over and over again and expecting a different result. And so far we have been getting different results. I have, heck, when I started my Chikorita hunt, I almost immediately, coming off the high heels of my Shalpha Totodile hunt, immediately got it. That very first night I tried it, I didn't even expect it. And I'm like, I was expecting to do this for like 3 to 4 days, and here I am just getting it. So, you know, of course I don't expect the same treatment with Charmander, so, you know, I mean, it took me like an entire week to get Shalpha freaking Totodile, dude. Like, I was going crazy. Like, I was getting to the point where I was thinking that Shalpha Totodile was a myth. I'm like, nah, dude, it's not real. Nuh-uh, no way. It don't exist. It's not a thing. People hack their game. You know what I mean? I was tripping. I was crashing out a little bit. Because every time I was like running over and grabbing a new shiny and just running about it. Oh hey, greetings from America. I cannot read your kanji, but welcome to the stream. Welcome in, welcome in. Oop, there we go. That's an alpha Charmander right there. Very rare spawn. Almost as rare as a Shalpha. Just think. We're eventually going to get it, chat. Eventually. It's going to take a minute, but we're going to get there. You know? It's going to take a lot of this. And man, am I not excited for how many I'm about to do of these. So, yeah. Not excited. I really like... you know, I'm actually really working hard on this new awesome Armor King video that I'm super excited about. It's a bunch of Okizeme dealing with some of his moves. Like, if a certain move recovers in a certain way, Armor King can do something really exclusive with it, right? So one of those moves is going to be his regular 1+3 throw. If you do something cool with that, you can actually put it into a position where either your opponent is waking up backwards, or if they're standing up I think is the main one. So if they stand up, they're going to get hit by forward 1+4, obviously. But if they wake up backwards, I believe they get hit by down forward 2-1. See, I'm already in. You know what down forward 2-1 does. just regular... See, the down forward 2 hits, but the 1 whiffs. But it allows the opponent to, like, tech roll and recover. And you're already in stance, so you're in a very plus situation that your opponent cannot deal with. So it's actually really interesting. The first time we actually have some decent Okazeme with our character. I'm actually pretty excited to see where it goes. But beyond that, yeah. That is not a shiny. How's it going, chat room? My name is Armor King TV21. I normally play Tekken on this channel, but today we are Shalpha hunting for Charmander. And Charmander is one of the more iconic Pokemon when it comes to the Kanto Pokemon. Of course, he's the more popular pick. A lot of people find dismay and disdain for this Pokemon nowadays because of how much royal treatment it has received from the Pokemon Company. So it does have its reputation. I mean, Gen 7, Gen 8, they gave him another form, and everyone was mad about it, but he was like the ace Pokemon of the world champions strongest team or something, and he was like unbeatable. No one has beaten him, and Ash is finally the dude to beat him, and he became the all-time welterweight Pokemon champion, skipping over every single like Pokemon League he's ever freaking fought. I mean, he just became Pokemon League champion in Alola, and then here comes the Galar and just fucking steals it. And he's like, yeah, dude, I became Pokemon League champion once. And then, he's just able to beat Leon. And I'm just like, alright, I mean, nice. Finally some recognition for my boy Ash, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah. Yo, what's up, Armor's King? How we doing today? We big chillin', we big chillin'. I think that was an alpha. Yeah, that was an alpha for sure. I need to get a more visually pleasing spot so I can see what I'm looking at before it despawns. And I think that is a overall better despawn rate. There we go. So if I just go back and forth here, depending on our next configuration at nighttime, we may or may not reset our game. If we get a decent configuration, we won't reset, but if we do get a bad one, we're resetting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, goodness. There we go. Let's keep it up. Greetings from Brazil. Hey, greetings from America. Brazil is a cool place, from what I understand. You know, from what I've seen. That's really cool. Nice to see you. Chilling out in the chat room, Gosh, I really need to, like... I feel like I'm missing out not playing Armor King right now or something. But it's just like, dude, I really, really want this Charmander, dude. A shiny Alpha Charmander, bro. Gosh. I already got my dream Shalpha right here. Look at him. That's my boy. Shalpha for alligator. Sick, dude. It's not like the game is gonna remember this. And I got a cool Mega. It looks so dope, dude. I like this Pokemon so much, man. It's actually a darn shame people don't like his Mega. I like it a lot. You've never seen this game before? This game is sick. This is Pokemon ZA. Pokemon is fire, bro. Yeah, I love Pokemon. It's a great game. This is Pokemon Legends ZA. And it's actually a really fun game. The shiny hunting has actually been the most I really enjoy the shiny hunting in this game. It's one of my most favorite things. But then again, I've always found joy in shiny hunting in Pokemon. So, like, you know, it is what it is. Some people don't like this game, and I'm not gonna say I blame them. This game certainly has its flaws, but I really like this game. And I really like the shiny hunting in this game. It actually does feel somewhat satisfying, especially when you're hunting for shiny alphas, because the alpha spawn rate for shinies is so far in between. Because it's a 5% chance to get an alpha, and it's a 1 in 1,000 chance to get a shiny. So it's like 1 in 216,000 or some mad number like that to get a Shalpha. So you gotta be like really dedicated to the cause to get yourself a Shalpha. I mean, sometimes you'll just get it, you know what I mean? You'll get that 1 in 120 or 102 1 in 200,000 chance, but like it's such a rarity, you know what I mean? It's such a rarity. And there's some people that have, quite frankly, got it and has like amazing luck, but like, you know, we're not so fortunate, and that's okay, because that makes this a journey. It's hard, but it's special. It's special to have a shiny. It is. And I've got like 3 regular shinies of this Pokemon already, or 2 of them. I think I counted 3 though. But I do have at least 3 shiny Charmander. And I think that was enough for me because catching more than 1 shiny Charmander is kind of like crazy. I'm like, you know what? I have a boy and I have a girl. That's good. And then I caught an extra one, and then it was so tedious setting this back up again that I didn't want to impede on myself again. Because of this situation I put myself in. So instead of just like frustrating myself, I went with the option to just continuously hunt this specific isolation method with Charmander. And I don't dislike it. Charmander has not been a problem so far. In fact, like, there are rare times where I do get like an actual shiny, and I do have to close the game because, like I said earlier, they save your shinies, so it will not re-roll the shiny that you got, which is good if you got a Shalpha, but it's not good if you're getting a regular shiny and you've already had your fill. Because, like, I myself have so many shiny Pokemon at this point that it's like, okay, that's cool. And I could do a giveaway for people that are actually interested in me streaming this game. So I could just do a bit of a giveaway for the chat room who actually play Legends ZA. I could give away some of my extra shinies. That way, you know, some people don't have to work as hard as I have for certain shiny Pokemon, and, you know, they'll get something special from the channel, you know? That's for those who actually really want that kind of stuff. I cannot pronounce your name, but welcome. That was a regular alpha. If I get a Shalpha, I'm really gonna hate having to deal with that Lucario. I'm not gonna front. That Lucario is going to throw me for a loop. I'm gonna go after the Lucario. I'm gonna run up to the stupid Shalpha, hit him in the back of the head with a luxury ball. It's going to be extremely annoying because I have to save before I throw the ball at him and stuff. So it's just like, bro, please. But at the same time, it's just like I have to get there first to know what I'm doing. I already have an idea of what I want to do. What's going to happen is I'm going to see him, I'm going to save the game, and then I'm going to run up on him and hit him in the back of the head. With a luxury ball. I want to get him in a luxury ball. And there's a reason for that. You guys will see when I actually catch him and evolve him. But yeah, guys, we're just chilling, big chilling today. And it's a day before Thanksgiving, so, you know, we just gotta have a little bit of fun. Was that a shiny? Like an actual regular one? No? Okay, cool. That's the thing, we gotta bring out our magnifying glass. That's the funny thing about the shinies, is that they're very distinguishable, but with some of the lighting that this game gives us, it makes it questionable. And you guys should have seen my reaction to finally getting my Shalpha Totodile. My goodness gracious. I went crazy. Really crazy for that. That was such a good day. I'm still in such a good mood from that whatever is going on here does not impede just how good I feel from catching the one Shalpha Totodile. And not only that, I caught him in a netball, or a lure ball, you know what I mean? I caught him in the lure ball, the same ball that Ash caught his Totodile in, so it has a lot more sentimental value to me because of that. I mean, I love this Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, he's really cool. Since we're not playing Tekken, we can still talk about Tekken. What's your guys' favorite Armor King move that you guys like? I could probably make a video on it. I already made a video about Burning Knuckle. Funnily enough, I made a video on Burning Knuckle almost immediately. It's really funny in this game that it no longer hits grounded. It's so sad because that was such a big part of Armor King's moveset. They should have let it still hit grounded, in my opinion. But it would be unbalanced. No, it would not be unbalanced. Because Armor King is the brawler character, King is not. Armor King still having Burning Knuckle setups, while King doesn't, would make sense in favor of Armor King, because Armor King is, again, not the grappler, but the brawler. And that is a brawler attack if I've ever seen it. In fact, I think he should have kept his front-facing moonsault, in my opinion. He should have definitely kept his front-facing moonsault. You know how strong that would be in this game? Like his front-facing moonsault, dude? It'd be so dumb. It would be so good, though, you know? The 3+4 into 1+4 just does not do it like that did. Armor King is good in this game, though, like, actually. Armor King is good in Tekken 8, and I'm not going to deny it. Everyone's like, he's very linear, and that's true. Armor King is extremely linear as a character, but that's a good thing, you know what I mean? Because out of everything that Armor King has, if he's just linear, I can take that, honestly. I will take him being linear. Oh no, not all of my moves track. I have to hold forward sometimes. Darn, you know? Oh no, I have to hold forward in order to realign with my opponent, just like I'm supposed to in any Tekken game. Man, that actually does feel good to say. Armor King is honestly a great character. Now, they could ruin Armor King by buffing one move. Honest to God, they could completely ruin Armor King by buffing one move, and that move would be down forward 2. If they buffed down forward 2 to track like it did in Tekken 7, Armor King would be ruined as a character. Like, he'd be ruined, I think, because he now transitions into stance. He's 0 on block when he does. He's in neutral. He's in neutral, and he can still use his Power Crush. I mean, he'll lose to, like... He will lose to in certain situations. Like, I think King's back 1-2 doesn't trade, but it counter hits him out of his fastest option, which should be 1-2, or it could be, nah, it's 1-2. It's either that or his fastest option is from Bad Jaguar 1+3, and I think that's 14 frames though, so don't quote me. Yeah, 1-2 is 13 frames. No, it's not 13, it's 11 frames. So yeah, so 1-2 is his fastest option. So, you know, he doesn't trade or counter hit back 1-2. He, at best, at the latest, he'll trade, but he won't do anything else beyond that. A hit confirming back 1-2, hit confirmable back 1-2 is one of the craziest additions they've added to Armor King in Tekken 8. Honestly, it is actually one of the coolest things they've ever done for the character, because I've always wanted him to have like a hit confirmable back 1-2 for like the 12 frame, and removing the counter hit, while it does suck and we don't get the flip over combo like we used to, it's still really freaking cool. It's freaking sweet that we have a hit confirmable string. Yes, it does go into stance, but it is not everything, because it is still +8 on hit. That move used to only be +6 on hit. Do you know how significant it is that is now +8, dude? Any throw I do is tracking, essentially. It just tracks. I don't have to worry about it missing or anything. It's just that good. What configuration do we get this time, chat? We get a good one? I hope we get a good configuration this time. No, we got a bad one. That's okay. We're not going to be up forever. At least, not at the desk. I'm probably going to do this for maybe another hour or something. How many runs have we done so far? I'll tell you what, if I get this done tonight, I'll go to bed at a decent hour. If I get this done during the stream, I mean. Yo, Oblivious Adobo, what is up, homie? How are we doing tonight? Yeah, I know, and it's not Tekken. It's weird, isn't it? Strange. Nice to see you, dude. I'm actually kind of... I'm surprised you're not in Dotson's stream. It's like, we're over here, we're playing not Tekken, you know what I mean? Then again, a lot of my homies' streams is just like waiting a whole hour and a half before playing Tekken for an hour and a half or something. Not dogging on them. I respect the cash flow, actually. Which is what I've noticed. He's like, nah, dude, I'm just gonna play Tekken for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, I would play Tekken for an hour and a half too. There was a point in time where I know my limit for playing Tekken online was like 2 hours. That I would stream. I would do a 2-hour stream for Tekken 7, and that's just how much I hated Tekken 7. Like, actually, I hated playing Tekken 7, even as an Armor King player. Even in the later, like, I eventually stopped playing for only 2 hours, but I knew that I could only play the game on stream for 2 hours. I did not like playing on stream for more than 2 hours because I got very self-conscious. I don't like putting myself out there too much, which is why you don't see me stream as often. But when I do stream, it feels good. At least when there's like a lot of people that show up, you know, and I get to interact with a lot of people, that is when I really like streaming. But for like, for other situations, I'm very scared of streaming. I don't like streaming too much because, streaming does make me very nervous, you know? That's why I don't do it too often. But, I mean, everyone's like, you're missing out on a check, man. I'm like, well, yeah, that's cool and all, but, like, you know, I need to stream more. I just need to. You know what I mean? Hold on. Just chilling, Twitter proving they are toxic again. With the Harada looking at Street Fighter 6 pay-per-view monetization scheme. Didn't even read the article. Harada just wants to analyze it. Even just wrote, it'll become clear soon he'll never do PPV. Well, yeah, that's pretty obvious. Making any kind of finalist stuff for, at least for Tekken right now, is not a good monetization move. Like, at all. If you really want to move Tekken into a monetization platform, like, at all, doing it right at this given moment is not, it's not a smart thing, and I'm already 100% sure that Harada's not going to do something like that. Because for one, the game is not in a strong place right now, and two, a lot of people really want Tekken 8 to just go into the gutter. And I don't want that for Tekken 8. I love Tekken 8 to an extent. Like, there's times where I'm like, man, I hate this game, you know what I mean? But it's because of my frustration with understanding how the game works. I think Harada is implying the monetization, like PPV will come after he retires, not during. I mean, yeah, probably, but that's the thing, hold on, which is really concerning. He's implying how much Tekken is going to fall apart after he leaves. We were already very well aware of what happens to Tekken after he leaves, but by very well aware, we've had like subtle hints and stuff, but nothing to like, in my honest opinion, Tekken 8 is not in a strong place right now. It's not. But I want it to get better. You know what I mean? I feel like Tekken 8 has come down with COVID, and it's working on fixing its COVID. So it's battling through its sickness right now. It's in an okay play that should be better. I think it needs a lot of fixes, dude. I think it needs a lot of fixes. Like, there's a lot of problems with it. Like, Okazeme being entirely removed was such a terrible decision for like, any character that used Oki. Like, per example, Armor King was such a Oki-based fighter that to, like, apologize for it, it feels like they gave Armor King Lars, like, wall carry and combo potential. That's why I said, okay, it's getting a C grade. That's okay, but it should be a lot better. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not gonna rag on the game. I'm not gonna say anything more than what anybody else has already said. It's like there's balance adjustments and stuff like that that'll come later. You know what I mean? It's not a super huge deal. I think we will eventually see Tekken 8 be in a good place. but as of this current moment, like, it feels like, unfortunately, like, Twitter kind of just bullied Harada out of his chair. Or, you know, Harada felt very strongly about the vision that he wanted for Tekken 8. And a lot of people did not like the direction in which he went. But there was like a huge fan outcry to fire Harada, if I remember correctly. And Harada was just like, I think Harada was like personally hurt by that. And I was not okay with it, personally. There was like, it felt like there was a witch hunt going on Twitter. Like, there was people like straight up quote tweeting Harada, telling him he should retire, or he should have got fired, or, you know, people should be getting fired. And I'm like, dude, you guys are taking this Tekken stuff like 100% too seriously. Here I am enjoying and playing a game that I'm having fun playing, and it's monotonous, you know what I mean? This right here is monotonous, but like, I'm finding enjoyment in this, but I'm not playing Tekken right now. It's not saying that Tekken isn't, I don't want to play Tekken. I kind of want to play Tekken, but at this given point in time, my focus is on getting a Charmander. And you want to know why that is? Because I've played Pokemon for the betterment of almost 19 to 20 years of my life. And I enjoy Pokemon a lot. I think I'm part of the problem, to be honest, as to why these games are in the state that they are in. Because I enable these games, you know what I mean? But I enjoy them. I really like Pokemon a lot. I like the designs that they come out with. I like Mega Evolution. I like the idea of new gimmicks that come out for gameplay mechanics for not Tekken, but for Pokemon. I tried Pokken when they combined both Pokemon and Tekken, and I wasn't a huge fan, but I still supported the idea because I'm like, dude, I get to play as Charizard. But here's the thing, is that I thought it was going to feel like Tekken, but like, bro, at the end of the day, it was just a 3D arena fighter, you know? And 3D arena fighters are cool, but like, it's not the game that I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be like Tekken, you know what I mean? It's Pokken, it's its own thing, but like, I wanted Pokken to feel like Tekken, you know what I mean? That's what I wanted it to feel like when I played it. And when I played it, I was disappointed. And people were like, man, if you wanted to just play like a Pokemon version of Tekken, you should have just played Tekken, bruh. You know, it's whatever. I can always play Pokken whenever I want to. I can always go buy it. I can always go play it if I want to at some given point in time. Right now, Pokken is just not. It's not my thing. Sometimes I feel it's just haters being haters. They don't even know the subject, just hunting hate in communities or paid haters. Sometimes it can feel like that. There was this article that I actually just read, straight up, with Virtual Fighter, like, somewhat clapping at Tekken. Visuals, like, there's no mechanics that should visually impede on gameplay and stop gameplay. I'm like, wow, that just sounds like a shot at Tekken 8. It sounds like the Virtual Fighter devs just punched Tekken 8 in its gut with that one. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of disrespectful, isn't it? You know, it's funny, I don't even want to try Virtual Fighter 6. I don't. I really don't want to give it a chance. Why? Because, for one, I know I don't like Virtual Fighter because I've played it before. And it looks like it's the same game that it was about 13 years ago. And I don't mean any disrespect. There's a lot of Virtual Fighter players that really like Virtual Fighter. And here I am playing a Pokemon game. Like, my opinion can't matter to you that much. How about, instead of just beating around the bush, I just want to say, I don't want to play it, because I don't see that there's a character that's appealing to me in that game. And of course, I can go ahead and look, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll find a character. But I've noticed something. Hi, Yosh! That I only play other fighting games. 2 Suicide Squad movies. Yeah, one is terrible and the other one's okay. I only watched the one with Peacemaker and I didn't like it a long time ago. Yeah, that one was, it's funny because I liked that one more than I liked the one with David Ayer. I finally watched the original one. Holy shit, the difference, man. Yeah. Oh my god, I hated that movie, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, listen, Harley Quinn was the only good thing about that movie. Like, that's it. I mean, yeah, Will Smith was good. Yeah, I hated it, bro. There was like, okay, let me see if there's a few things that I liked about it. The Suicide Squad with, the original Suicide Squad. Here's the things that I liked. I liked Diablo. El Diablo, I think his name was. I liked Will Smith. And then my friend, who's like a huge Deadshot fan, absolutely would not stop shitting on Will Smith. He's like, Will Smithified it. I'm like, okay. Doesn't mean I didn't enjoy Deadshot's character. I like Deadshot in that movie. And then there was Harley Quinn. I think those were like the 3 main things I liked about that whole movie. Killer Croc was kind of neat. Maybe Killer Croc was kind of neat, but it felt like they were like pulling the brakes on actually putting King Shark in there. Him and Harley carried the movie for me. Killer Croc felt underwhelming. Yeah, he felt undercooked, if you know what I mean. Like raw chicken. You know what I'm talking about? I will say, though, I really, really, really liked that he wanted BET in his fucking cell. That shit was sick. Oh, BET! I'm like, what do you mean, BET? That's all he wants. He didn't even want to go anywhere out of his cell. He's like, nah, dude, just put BET in my room and I'm chilling. That's all I want. I can be in here forever. What, y'all feed me? Y'all don't judge me. I'm just Killer Croc and I'm chilling in my fucking jail cell, bruh. Seeing Batman was sick as fuck. Well, Batman, that was like Ben Affleck, I am the killer Batman. You know what I'm talking about? The murder Batman. Joker? You thought Joker was cool in that movie? Oh man, let me tell you. Everyone, including myself, hated that iteration of Joker. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. It felt like who plays him again? Oh my god, I forgot. I forgot who plays him because he's just that irrelevant. Jared Leto. There it is. I had to think about it. Jared Leto's Joker is by far the worst Joker I've seen on screen. Diablo was underrated? Dude, I think Diablo was like the... For me personally, I loved that character. I was like trying to decide on whether or not if I liked him or Will Smith's character more with Deadshot, because he was willingly not using his powers throughout the whole movie because he made a promise not to after he accidentally like Kratos'd his family. Yeah, I used that as a term. He Kratos'd his family, dog. Yeah. No, those were the top 3 characters. I feel like the villain they chose for the movie sucked, though. I really did not like her. And that's what made me just not like the movie at all. Like, overall, Enchantress, Enchantress, really. Ugh. I don't know. I think any main villain that you choose for the Suicide Squad's probably not ever going to be great. Could have done better, to be honest. I mean, she was hot. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. I think that's like the only thing I could actually compliment about Enchantress, is that she was sexually appealing. I just didn't like her flow. I don't know, bruh. I was trying to like her, and then it was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling her as the villain. And then it leaned more into her brother doing the more damnedest things in the movie. And then it just felt like it moved too quickly off of Enchantress. It was Enchantress and her brother. And then, like, the brother felt more present than Enchantress did. And I felt like that took away from her as a villain. You know what I mean? She did have a sick ability, though, yeah. It did kind of work out. She was a necromancer, essentially. Thing is, what made no sense was her teleport ability. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot about the Katana character. Nah, dude, wait a minute. She was cool as fuck. You remember her, Japanese katana wielder, who, if she kills you, your soul goes into her sword? Completely forgot about her. Dude, she was so cool. I think she died, really. I think she died in the movie, though. Yeah, she died. She died! Ah. Her Japanese was so broken. She felt like a meme character. See, that's the thing. Because I never looked into speaking fluent Japanese myself. I wouldn't have known that, so I can see why somebody probably wouldn't take to her character that much. I liked her a lot, though. I was really mad, though, that, like, I'm like, damn, dude, she potentially had one of the coolest, like, things going for her. She had one of the coolest things going for her, that Katana character. And then she dies. And I'm like, well, that sucks. But that's Suicide Squad, you know what I mean? Suicide Squad has always infamously been known to kill their characters off. Boomerang dying was, like, the meaniest shit to me. Was it Boomerang? It wasn't Boomerang. It was that other guy who tried to fly the fuck away. And he got his Boomerang convinced the guy to try to escape. And got his neck blown off. Oh, well, that sucks. I won't see the spawn happen. But yeah, overall as a movie, Suicide Squad, the original, felt like a mess that was trying to connect to the DCEU at the time. And it didn't feel proper because, for one, that movie was cut down heavily. Did you know that? That movie was cut down heavily for the, hold on, I gotta kill this thing. Okay, now we're back in it. Sorry, that was gross, I know. We got a good configuration so we can actually hunt Charmander this way. Instead of having to repeat the reset cycle, we get an extra long hunt right now. Do you play any Pokemon games, Yoj? Or you just wanted to pop on by and say hey for a little bit? Just wanted to chat with you, big dog. Aw, I love you too, Omi. Armor King feels so fucking fun in this game, dude. Have I told you about it? Armor King feels so fucking fun. Like, he doesn't feel too fucking insane, but he feels, like, super good. Like, he's strong, like, don't get me wrong. But, like, he has clear, very abhorrent weaknesses. he does have very clear weaknesses that are there. I'm like, damn, that's cool as shit. You know what really, dude, you know what made me really fucking fangirl, bro? Was the fact that Reyna and Armor King had, like, a special interaction with each other. And I'm like, bro, that makes me so happy. I think Dark Upper should have been his counter hit while standing too. Should have been his counter hit while standing to Dark Upper. So every time he does Dark Upper, he does it with fire. I wish Reyna's intro was different. Aren't you supposed to be dead? She's like confused. Confused girl hours. It implies that she has an idea of who Armor King is. At least the first one. But the evil smug Reyna has in her outro looks so evil. I haven't seen... Oh, when she beats Armor King, I haven't seen that in that outro. I have actually never seen, like, outros where Reyna, like, other characters win against Armor King, except, like, yesterday. Yesterday was the first time I ever saw a outro winning against Armor King, and it was because I was playing King against my little brother, and he was playing Armor King, because he's like, well, what if I just switch characters then? I bet you can't beat me then, or I bet you won't win against me then. And I'm like, oh, little brother, you have no idea what I'm about to do to you. This poor kid. Poor kid thinks he has something up his sleeve. Oh man, and I felt bad. But you gotta remember, man, don't mess with somebody who does this shit for a living. She has a much more evil smirk. Dang, dude. W. Have you seen... Oh man, I can't talk about that, but there's some really cool things I gotta show you later. This is like an off-stream thing. If you want to see it, oh heck yeah. Let me click on that real quick. Give me a break from this insanity that is called the rinse. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, she does have that little grin. Huh. Time to find out who's behind that mask. I should feel bad? Nah, I don't feel bad, bro. I don't feel bad about beating my little brother in Tekken. You wanna know why I don't feel bad about beating my little brother in Tekken? It's because simply that's how I got good at Tekken. By my dad beating me brutally every time in Tekken. And it eventually... That man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, that man made me cry playing Tekken. He did. It's actually what pushed me to get better at Tekken. Because I was tired of losing. I'm like, alright man, I'm just gonna lab Brian. I'm gonna lab Hwarang. In Tekken, right? Oh yeah, in Tekken. I can't tell you guys about my in real life trauma. Come on, man. I don't got that going for me. What the heck? That's crazy. No, he would beat me in Tekken like pretty handily, and it would definitely. And like, why are you telling this on stream, right? It's because it's my motivation. My motivation was to beat my father in Tekken because he kept beating me, and I'm all like, I don't want to lose anymore. And that's just how I got better, you know? I would do the same. Yeah, I was beat a lot with King, my poor Xiaoyu in Tekken 3. Yeah, I feel that. I was playing King, and I really wanted to get good with Gon, and I didn't realize that Gon was like a one-time character, so when I went to go pick Gon again in Tekken tag tournament and he wasn't there, I was sad. I was like, no, where's Gon? Why is he not in this game? And then I didn't find out he was a guest character. I mean, I never saw him again. I kind of figured that out on my own. You know what I mean? Did you play Gon's game? I did not play Gon's game, no. I didn't even know Gon had a video game, to be honest. Platform games. I've played platform games before, but not on the stream. Never on stream. I do love platform games, though. I'm a really big fan of Super Mario. But I'm also Italian, so like I really love Mario, you know what I mean? He's been in my family for generations. And we always loved the representation. At least me and my family did. My mom really likes Mario. She had a bunch of like Mario plush toys. But then again, it doesn't help that I like won them for her. Maybe I have more love for Mario than she does, but like she keeps every plush toy I give her, so she does not hate Mario, I promise. Okay. There we go. That's a regular alpha, but not a Shalpha. Gon has an original game though. That's pretty cool. Was that a Shalpha? It was a regular alpha. Okay. I saw his big back ass, and I'm like, is that an alpha? Was that a Shalpha? It was not. I try to learn all characters. What I try to do in order to get better at the game is I focus and hone in on my one character, and then I figure out how to get better with my one character playing against the other characters. But as people say, that in order to get better at the game, you do have to play other characters to understand how they work and what they want to do. Because if you don't do that, you'll have a rough understanding of what they want to do, but not a true understanding. It's actually how Tekken works. In general, at least. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to focus and hone in on what your opponent wants to do with their game plan, or how they want to play their character. And you'll know what all of their scrupulous game plans and stuff like that, like what they want to do with their character versus like what they won't and will do with their character. Like, for example, Armor King really wants to he really wants to whiff punish you. That's the thing. Armor King wants to play keep out. He wants to keep out and punish you. He doesn't want to pursue. Any Armor King pursuing you is in heat. He's in heat. If an Armor King is pursuing you and trying to pressure you to death, it's because he has heat mode. And his heat mode is really decent. Honestly, I'd say it's really strong. It's not defining it's not defining completely, but it's really good with his, it's like a jack of all trades kind of a heat. It's not super imposed. It's strong where it needs to be strong, but it's not overbearing, if you get my meaning. I think Armor King's heat is really good. I think it has goods and bads. Like a lot of the good stuff is locked behind Armor King's stance. And Armor King has one super solid heat move, but it's a high, but it's +8 on block and goes into stance. You know what I mean? It's super strong. It's a super, super strong tracking move, and it launches on regular hit. But his other heat moves are like all stance based. Well, I guess he has 3-2, and he does have crouch dash 1+2, so that is a heat move, or it's a move that gets improved in heat. So if you do like a power crush or something, and you mix it between his regular 1+2, which they have to respect, or mix it with his forward 1+2, which then they can duck. It's 25 frames, and oh yeah, it's funny because that is 1 frame faster than Armor King's. It's 1 frame faster than Armor King's 1+2, which is his headbutt out of stance. Bad Jaguar 1+2. It's so cool. I miss being able to do that move in the neutral. I loved doing that move in the neutral. But, you know, can't always have everything. And the fact that it gives you a free crouch throw on hit. The only problem I have with that is since it's in stance, I think, in my honest opinion, and don't take my advice for balance adjustments, because honestly, Armor King is good, and you shouldn't listen to me. I really think that my opinion is very biased, so if anyone from the Bandai Namco team is listening to me, I just want you to know that I have no balance in mind for this. I just want his Bad Jaguar 1+2 to not scale down to 70%. And that's it. I don't want the damage to scale down to 70% when it hits into his crouch throw for his 1+2 from Bad Jaguar, since it's tied to his stance. Don't listen to me. I'm telling you not to. Don't listen to me. It's not a good idea. Because, like, once that becomes, like, 100%, and you're getting, like, 35 damage plus the damage from 1+2, I mean, listen. King gets 100% damage from his crouch throws from 3+4-2. You know what I mean? Or forward 2. King gets the excuse that all of those come from very slow moves, like 3+4-2, extremely slow move, or it's somewhat very telegraphed. If you duck, it's mostly your fault, and you can kind of break out of the throw. I mean, backwards Jaguar step into Jaguar step 2 is very evil for opponents trying to chase you. Was that a shiny? It wasn't. Okay. False alarm, chat. If it was a shiny, it would have, like, stayed there, but it was not. Like I said, trick of the lighting. But yes, Armor King's comes from very fast moves, or at least his strong neutral tools. Forward 4 on counter hit is extremely justifiable for doing scaled damage. Like, that is extremely justifiable. I get it. It's actually good balance that they balanced it that way. Down 2, it doesn't guarantee a crouch throw, but what it does do is give you while standing 3-1. Very good. And it's, again, hyper justifiable that it is the way that it is. You know what I mean? It's because it can give you a free wall splat. If you trade down 2 after 2-1, then you're definitely getting a dark upper, and you're killing your opponent essentially in game. Like, you're taking their life bar away from them. You're snatching their chain. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Armor King. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. And King's forward 2 into down 2+4. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Bandai Namco should make that stuff all scale damage. Honestly, I don't think King should get one hit into a 100% 35 damage combo starter or 35 damage crouch throw for free. I think it should be balanced like Armor King's. Armor King's gets his from his counter hits. King, like, oh, King has to win neutral, but I'm like, yeah, but King's backwards Jaguar step kind of just wins neutral for him anyway. Like, if this was a different situation, or if they deleted backwards Jaguar step and gave King, like, a good backdash, and made King's... This is what they gotta do with King, right? In order for me to respect him as a character again, they gotta remove the easy mode wave dash they gave him. They got to remove the bad backdash, and they have to remove backwards Jaguar step. If they remove backwards Jaguar step, and then giving him a good backdash, while also eliminating the easy input for wave dash, I think King, and you do have to make down forward 2-1 as a counter hit combo be hyper scaled damage now, because if it's still a counter hit launcher, which is the intention, then I definitely think you should make it scale down to 70%, if not 60%, because regardless of what you do, King is getting like a big combo off of it. Because I don't see them changing it to being... like, not a counter hit launcher. So what they need to do is make... If they're going to keep it as a counter hit launcher, you definitely need to, like, scale that stuff back. Because people dying from 76 damage from counter hit down forward to 2-1 should definitely be checked. I think Armor King, in my honest opinion, please don't take me serious entirely with Armor King's running cross driver. I think Armor King's running cross driver should do the same amount of damage as King's running Jaguar bomb. Because they've always been the same damage. The fact that Armor King's does less damage than King's, it really puts a pebble in my shoe. It really does put a pebble in my shoe. Same goes for counter hit back 1-2, by the way. If you intend on keeping that to be a counter hit launcher, it has to scale, dude. Because we're talking balance here, right? Stuff like that has to scale. Personally, I think. That's just me, though. Because if it's not scaled, then the damage output is too much. Which is like the main issue people are having. Is that combos are too long and the damage is too high. Right? I think, personally, I like long combos. Because, okay, sue me, I'm a combo video maker, bro. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I do all day. I make combos and content for Armor King. So yes, I'm going to be like, yes, more combos, yes. Longer combos, yes. He. You know what I mean? Because that's... Give me longer combos, man. That's what I like. I love combos. But I have to tell you, combos are cool and all. Combos are cool and all, man, but like, jeesh. And yes, there's obviously a good balance reason as to why Armor King doesn't have insane... Oh, dude, is this... Oh, this is the grand configuration, dude. This is the good one. Ooh, we get to double hunt Tepig and Mander. This is a good hunt. Look at that. We already have an alpha right over there, bro. Not bad. Give me... Whoa, is that a shiny already? Hold on. No, it's not okay. Chill out. Dragonov? Dragonov accent? Oh, well, hey, man. Don't knock it, I guess, right? You know, at one point in time, I really did want to be a voice actor. Like, I really do. I still do, to this day. I don't know if they'd ever give me a chance, though, but I would really like to at some point in time in my lifetime. Love to do it. If they ever give me the chance to, I would love to do that. Uh-oh. Sorry, old yeller. I gotta put you down. Get in my way. Oh my god, I don't know how long that fire spin is gonna be there. It's gone now. Okay, we're chilling. Oh, did I get a shiny Tepig? Let me see. No, I didn't. Okay, good. W's. So this is the best configuration you can actually get, because these Pokemon are both starters. Whoa. That is not shiny, that's a regular one. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. You know, it'd be sad though if I got a Shalpha. If I got a Shalpha Tepig before I got a Shalpha Charmander. I would actually be kind of genuinely sad. I'm glad Armor King and King have differences, though, that actually accents them as characters. It does actually translate well to their different lores. Armor King is, like, way better at wall carry and combos, while King is better at grappling and throws. Armor King has his fair share of throws that aren't, like, overbearing, but he used to actually have super good Oki, which I do miss. I miss DDT actually being a good throw, and being an 11 frame throw, I miss it like terribly. His back turn throw used to be neutral, dude. I miss that so much. There might be actual balance reasons as to why they changed it, but like, I miss being able to do 4-1+4 on everyone's wake up. Yeah, sure, that made Armor King, like, super annoying, and you just couldn't get up correctly against him. I think how they balanced it is that, you know what, thinking about it, they really want Armor King players to call people out for staying on the ground. Because if they do stay on the ground, you have down back 2+4 to pick them back up, which will call out the bad behavior. Uh-oh. That guy's a problem. Oh, he can hurt me? I'll work on it. Don't ever do that to me and my son again. The sad part is I'm not keeping any of those candies. I mean, I could, but like, I don't want to set up everything again. I mean, I could do that. I could just set it up over and over again. But I don't want to, because I already lost like 4 shinies doing it this way. And at this point, I'm in too deep. I would literally get so mad at myself if I'm like, man, you literally let all those shiny Charmanders go for no reason. Really? And I'm just like, man. And you know what's gonna really tick me off is if I get a shiny Tepig or a Shalpha Tepig before I get a Shalpha Charmander. So I'm not going to create a situation for myself where that's going to be a consistent thing. I just want the opportunity to be able to, like, double hunt these. And if I get a shiny Tepig, I get a shiny Tepig. If I get a Shalpha Charmander, I'll get a shiny Shalpha. Or Shalpha Charmander. God. Words. Words. English language is really tough when you're trying to create and use acronyms for a Pokemon game. But this made this hunt a little extra long, which is good, because the longer you're at it, the longer that you guys are at it, the more results you'll see, meaning you'll see way more Charmander, resulting in better chances of you actually, like, getting a Shalpha, because the odds are like 1 in 200,000. You know what I mean? The more you see, the more likely it is for you to run into one. That's a shiny, isn't it? No, it's just a regular dude. Okay, cool. I love being wrong. The best part about being wrong in this situation is that I don't have to feel bad about letting certain Pokemon go. And look at that. There's no shiny. It's really tough though, because I really want a Shalpha, bro. But seeing like regular shiny Charmanders is like, it's like, have you ever felt like you just, it's like impulse buying. It's like you want to go get it and cash it out. You want to go get the thing because it's like right there, and you're like, man, I want that thing. I really wish that was a Shalpha Charmander, bro. I really wish that was a Shalpha Charmander as well. It's painful, bro. It's painful. It's actually painful. Because I really want this Pokemon, dude. What configuration did we get this time? The bad one. So now we gotta go back. Alright, back to it. Continuousness. Come on, Shalpha. Here's the problem. I want it. Now I want it. Beforehand, I didn't want it that badly. Of course, I was going to do it over and over again at the idea of if I get it, eventually, cool. If I don't get it, then whatever. But now I'm at that point where I'm like, now I want it. And that's the dreadful part about shiny hunting, is you get to a point where you're like, now you're trying to justify wanting it. And now that I've already let a few, like, shiny freaking Charmanders go after resetting, it's, like, unbearable, the idea of not grabbing the Shalpha. Because the Shalpha will be worth, like, all 3 of those shiny Charmander. Or 4 shiny Charmander that I let go. It'll be worth it. Because those are worth at least 4 of those. Well, technically, they're worth 100 of them, when you think about it, because they're that much rarer. Well, 5%, they're probably worth like 500 of them, now that I think about it. 5% chance. Papa Hefe put it like the best. You will get like 10 or 20 shinies before you see a Shalpha in terms of likelihood. Because that's just how rare those are. Because they have a 5% chance of spawning with 1 in 1,000. So, like, already alphas are very hard to come by. See, you can see how rare it is that we see them in the first place. The only downside is not being able to do this at the start of the day. That's actually the thing that's, like, killing me right now. If I could do this at, like, the start of the day and have, like, all these spawns just chilling out right there, this would be heaven, bro. I wouldn't even care as bad because, for one, it would be the days would be, like, twice as long, or it'd be, like, a quarter longer than spending time doing this, but that would mean more spawns. That's the thing, is that there would be more spawns. And because of having more spawns, it gives me more opportunity to be able to, you know, hunt the Pokemon. Maybe I can figure out a double isolation method. Maybe I can figure it out. Maybe I can figure out a double isolation. I'd have to work with Papa Hefe on it. I'll actually have to ask him about it. I'm like, you think it's possible to do like a double isolation? Because it's probably not possible. Yeah, looking at it, it's probably not possible. Too far away. Here's what I was thinking, and here's what I was just workshopping. The ability to be able to double isolate Charmanders would and would not work. And how it wouldn't work is well, maybe it's possible, because then you have that spawner right there. You'd have that spawner right there. And if it spawned a Charmander at the very right... Okay, I have to reset this. And yet, there you see, c'est la vie, another fault in this setup. If you get too far away, or if Hippowdon walks too far away from where his spawner has been moved, then he can mess up your isolation hunt, making this all the more atrocious. Because what if I do get a Shalpha freaking Hippowdon? I'm gonna have no choice but to actually grab it. Because I'm like, man, that's a Shalpha. I don't have one of those. I'm gonna need to grab them for the collection. And that's the problem, is being a collector of Pokemon. No matter what you do, you're gonna always find a problem. I used to collect Pokemon cards at one point in time. I used to. But the reason why I don't do that anymore is mostly because, for one, the market has become too oversaturated with a bunch of people price mongering, I think is what it's called. Like, they are taking all the good cards out of the packs and reselling them for scalping prices. Like, there's people scalping Pokemon cards. And it's gotten so bad to where, like, stores like Target have to, like, actually limit the amount of cards being sold to customers. It's actually kind of a sad deal when you think about it. These are grown adults that know nothing practically about Pokemon, but know that Pokemon itself is a market, and they're exploiting that market of people that really want to collect the cards, but don't really want to actually, like, partake in it themselves. Oh man, that card is so cool. That card is a secret rare, and it's been pulled by some random dude from Ohio that is selling it to me for 5 times the price of the pack it came out of. That's really dumb. Why am I spending this much money on this? This is dumb. Really stupid. Why? Why did you do this to me? But I will say this. I really like Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what I mean? And here's the downside about Yu-Gi-Oh! Though, too, right? Is that there are meta decks, and rarities in meta decks really matter to the eye of the beholder. Not so much as the actual gameplay itself. But, like, me, myself, I used to be, like, the rarity whore in my locals. Like, I would have, like, the best rarity of every single card. And I was a more adamant Yu-Gi-Oh! Collector than I was a more adamant Yu-Gi-Oh! Collector than I was a Pokemon card game collector. Because at one point in time, I did have a first edition Shadowless Foil Charizard. At one point in time, I did. But that time is no more. That time is gone and past. Okay. Controller's acting a little fritzy. But yeah, I used to have like every single rarity, every single Yu-Gi-Oh card at one point in time. That was like really cool, right? I used to have like Ghost Rare Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, or I used to have freaking DDS Blue Eyes White Dragon from the, I think it was DDS or something, the Kaiba Art Blue Eyes White Dragon, that were like prize cards only or something, I don't remember. Or they were cards that were in a pack that you'd only get, and they were specific, like Pharaoh Millennium Rare or something. But they were like super, super rare, like $600 a piece cards, you know what I mean? Used to have those. Never played them, those cards at least. But I would play like Ghost Rares and stuff like that. Put them in sleeves and be extremely careful with those, but I loved those cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like my shit, dude. I really like the quarter century rare stuff. And I really want to get a quarter century rare Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon. I want to get like 3 of those, like a playset. That's the problem though, is that I'd get them for a playset, and then they just suck because they look cool, but that's it. You know what I mean? It sucks trying to get a playset of anything nowadays, because like they're super expensive. Look on TCG Player, man. Those prices are insane for just anything. It's quarter century rare. Like, I want the quarter century rare, don't get me wrong. I want it. I don't know if I want to spend like 50 to 70 bucks a pop for a card, though, you know what I mean? Each and every one of those cards are like worth a brand new fucking video game. And it's just like, dude, why? But I will say this, though. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel? Cool-ass game. Really, it's a really cool game. My only problem with it is that there's not enough. I want more. You know what I mean? I want more for that game. I hope it does well. I mean, I hope it gets better, because a lot of people have their gripes with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. My gripe with it right now is that it's too money hungry. It's too monetarily focused. It's a game that's monetarily bottlenecked. It's bottlenecking every gameplay aspect of it through monetary value. You're either gonna spend money on gems in order to make more cards for yourself to play the game, or you're going to play the game, spend the gems that you earn for free, and then buy the pass for free with the gems that you got for free, and then play people online, but eventually get to the point where you still have to buy gems in order to craft decks and stuff. And you know, it's just like real life. So it got me questioning to the point where it's like, well, why would I do this when I could just play the game in real life instead? And then I can hold the cards at whatever rarity I want, instead of hoping and praying that I get like some kind of Prism digital rare. You know what I'm talking about? There's like this certain rarity that's in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel that only certain URs can have. I don't remember what it's called, but I know that you can. I mean, there is a way to craft for that stuff now. You can try to like roll it and craft enough like pieces of that card to get a like specific rarity for it, but it's a chance. You only get a chance to do it. Kind of not fun, you know what I mean? The game is alright, but like again, if I wanted to focus on a game with its rarity being focused on its cards, I have to close this shit again because of fucking hit pout on his fat fucking ass. Sorry for cussing. It's just that just ticked me off. That's all. Ticked me off a lot. That was really annoying. It's impeding on my it's impeding on my shiny hunting. Really impeding on my shiny hunting. And I can't just kill the Hippowdon either, like, in-game. I can't just destroy the Hippowdon. And what I can do is I can always reposition him. But then again, it just get to be like, what's the point of that? If Hippowdon is just gonna be a shithead. Every time. So I gotta, like, find the perfect, angle in which I want to work with here. Eventually, it'll get to the point where I get a Shalpha, but, like, again, it's not something I expect right away. So the cool and fun thing about Shalpha, Charmander, is, like, Charizard, his shiny is so cool. So, I can't wait for when I get him, so I can actually put the stupid, for one, I am going to bottle cap him. I'm probably going to gold bottle cap this one. I don't need to gold bottle cap him since he already has like 3 good stats, but I only have like the gold bottle caps left. So as soon as I get one, it's getting hit with a gold bottle cap, bro. And as soon as I do that, and I get him up to snuff, I get him up to the level I want to get him to, it's gonna be a fun time. I can't wait, because like this Pokemon is like really close. Man, I really wish I could figure out RNG manipulation for this game, but it's at that point where they have it encrypted to where you can't actually like use the blinks on your character to figure that out anymore. So it's just like, dang, that's actually tragic. Because back in the day, there was BDSP, right? Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, where you could actually figure out RNG manipulation, and you could get the shiny frame of the Pokemon. Like, oh, that's when it gets the Shalpha right there on that frame. So it would avoid situations like this, like, entirely, and you would get like an actual legitimate shiny with the stats that you want, without actually, like, technically hacking the game. Without hacking the game. You know what I mean? None of that, none of this BS where, you actually use, like, a Game Shark or an action replay. Nah, dude. It was actually, like, it's an RNG thing. Where you get the exact frameage of, it's like looking for the block frames of a string in Tekken. It's kind of cool stuff. Man, if only you were shiny. Ugh. Anyway, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Shit ain't worth my time. Actually, it is worth my time. I mean, I've been here for an hour and 40 minutes almost. I'm gonna probably didn't do this for another half an hour. Ooh, that's an alpha, big boy. I'm gonna start doing the Papa Hefe when I see one. I'll be like, big boy. I'm gonna do the Papa Hefe, big boy. I miss it, dude. I actually really want to attend more of Papa Hefe streams. I hope he streams like tomorrow or something. No, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. That's not a possibility. But I hope to see him stream soon. It's not gonna be today. And I mean tomorrow, not Thanksgiving tomorrow. I mean the day after Thanksgiving. Man, that's Black Friday, bro. Ugh. I hate that I work on Black Friday. I actually do hate that, like, a lot. I hate that I work on Black Friday, because I can't actually spend my money on things for Black Friday. Like, man, why do you guys make me close on Black Friday, bro? Like, actually, what the hell is that about? Well, Black Friday doesn't start until, like, 8 o'clock. I'm like, my ass, it doesn't start until 8 o'clock. Like, dog, come on, man. But, anyway, I think Black Friday, like, always starts at, like, 3 in the fucking morning or something. Like, on the dot for Black Friday. And whatever you do afterwards with Black Friday is, like, it's all up to whatever. I wish Nintendo Switch 2 had, like a Black Friday sale, but because it's the, for one, it's the, highest selling console right now, this year. It's the fastest and highest selling console this year, because it just came out this year, no shit. But the fact that it's just that abundant, dude, man, it makes me really irritable. Ugh, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, come on, man. I just want a stupid freaking, I want to Switch 2 so bad, but at the same time, it's probably not going to happen right away. We'll eventually get a Switch 2, chat. Like, why would you want a Switch 2 when you got Tekken and a PC, bro? Come on, man. Play Tekken. Stop playing Pokemon. Play Tekken. Play Tekken. Actually, you know, guys, I'm thinking about playing Soul Resonance, Bleach Soul Resonance on stream soon. So that way we can probably, like, I can probably give away some codes on stream or something like that. Nothing's set in stone. But if anyone actually really wants to play the new Bleach game, and they want to be in attendance, I'm gonna play that soon. Do a little bit of a, you know, I'm gonna play the game on stream, and maybe do a little bit of a giveaway. We'll see. You know what I mean? For the codes, for those who actually want to play the game, do a bit of a giveaway. Maybe the Ultimate Edition of the game too, eh? Ah, but it wasn't a Shalpha. Yo, dude, I just realized I'm getting really hungry. Save that appetite for Thanksgiving. I'll save my appetite for when I feel like it. I'm about to go down to the Taco Bell and give me a Baja Blast. Feeling like it, bro. Come on, up. That's an alpha, but not a Shalpha. Not a Shalfalfa. Not a Shalfalfa. Was certainly an alpha. We got like almost two alphas in a row. We should start keeping count how many alphas we get per run. Go all the way to 62, please. That was really annoying me. It wasn't letting me despawn because wasn't letting me despawn the Charmanders because it was going just right before the 62 mark. I'm gonna start going to 63 so I can feel comfortable doing it. Oh no, just going too far and you're wasting time doing that. I'm wasting time doing these rolls. I like this Dark Souls-esque roll they gave this character. It's so funny that Dragunov now has a Dark Soul roll. Yo, Jurassic Park gal, 91, thank you for the follow. I take it that you really like Jurassic Park by chance. Do you trade shinies? I do. I do trade them from time to time. I do have like a bunch of shinies that I'm willing to like give away. But I have like an access of like a lot of shinies. But at this given moment, can we trade? Maybe after this run. I'm trying to get a Shalpha Charmander like super hard. But what are you looking for? We can probably trade, but just in case, I don't want to just give you something random if you're looking for something. Anything? Okay, I guess. Guess I don't mind that. Not to like get in your business or anything, but is there a reason why you want to trade? That's an alpha right there. I just like collecting. I see, I see. Alright, that run's over with. We can promptly get to doing this here in a second. Interesting. Alright then. Oh shit. I might have to take a rain check on that fucking trade, dude. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed. Hit me up later. I might be streaming again soon.